We're here in the Laville, so we're gonna meet Iris, which is Gladio's little sister. Whenever she learned that their hometown was attacked and she was evacuated, and then she learned that Noctis might have been dead, instead of calling her brother, she called Noctis.
Yeah, because if Noctis is dead, then her brother is also probably dead, so why would you not call your brother?
Yeah, so we were waiting to give her a chance to see if she would call. It tastes like burning? Okay.
Oh, boy.
I've never heard that voice line before. But, yeah. I like to be a little mean to Iris, but that's just because I'm a big older sibling. So I hate the little sibling trope. Yeah. Let's just go meet her.
Whoa! Did you feel that?
You mean the earthquake?
And get a migraine while we're at it.
What's wrong?
My head just started throbbing.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You today, yeah.
Gladdy!
Iris.
Look at you guys holding your own out there.
At least she says hello to Gladys.
Let's let the characters talk.
You guys are staying here, right?
That's the plan.
When you have time, we have catching up to do.
Sure.
Jared and Talcott, is it good to see you?
Prince Noctis! Iris is safe with me.
Please excuse my grandson. He has yet to learn his manners.
I like it.
Your Highness is very kind, but we shan't impose.
A very good night to you, Your Highness.
So, Iris, what was it like inside the Crown City?
Not pretty. The Citadel took a beating. But a lot of outlying neighborhoods made it through in one piece.
The Empire had tactical targets in mind.
You know, if there's anything else, you can ask me.
Yeah, thanks. What?
So, about Lady Lunafreya, I keep hearing she was in town. Apparently she left right away, but at least it means she's okay.
Good to hear. Thanks.
Yeah, well, get a good night's rest.
So a couple of things in that scene is that, one, I wish each moment there was longer. I wish that we got to see more of them reuniting with Iris. I wish that we also got to see more of a natural introduction to Jared and Talcott, who are side characters that are important. And I also feel like there's a lot going unsaid here.
So much.
Yeah.
Like, Gladio and Iris's father is dead, and they never talk about it.
The only talk they get is, there's a lot and we should talk later. And then that's all that happens on screen. And probably, unless you pay attention to the lore as much as we do, some characters probably don't even really realize that Gladio and Iris's dad died. along with King Regis. No finesse since our last camp. We have done nothing but go around and look at posters. It's a waste. It's a waste of a 2 XP. We didn't even get in one fight. Yes, this is exactly why fanfics exist. It does get brought up during whenever Gladio and Noctis have that have a confrontation later. And I just feel like this is part of the story that got rushed. Usually everyone talks about the end of the game being rushed, but I feel like there's a lot of character moments in this part of the game that could have been added in if the game was not as rushed. Because Noctis's dad is dead, right? Gladio's dad is dead. Prompto technically lost his adopted parents, but they abandoned him whenever he was like 10. So I don't really care what happens to them personally.
So I imagine Prompto would have extremely complicated feelings about it.
Yeah, Prompto probably, they're all feeling things. And
Ignis, we didn't even know he had a family except the uncle.
We thanks to the books, we know Ignis has an uncle.
That's all we knew.
But no one else is listed as yeah. And everyone's bottling up a lot of feelings, and you kind of see that in how Noctis acts and talks about things. But also, they mention here that Lady Lunafreya has been sighted. And you see Noctis's reaction to that. Because up until now, the only word they have is that Luna is dead and Noctis is dead. Right? And Noctis is sitting here going like, well, I know I'm alive, so they might be lying, but also they might not be lying. And they know...
Again, his dad was killed and they announced that.
Yeah, and they would also be able to know from the fact that, like, people would be talking about this stuff, that Luna was in Insomnia whenever the attack went down, because in the movie she is. And she's seen on camera and at some events and stuff. So people would... Meads, you're correct. Toxic masculinity and Final Fantasy 15 could be an entire essay, yes. And this is part of it, is there's a lot going on, no one wants to talk about it, but the game could have also lingered a bit further here, and I'm not here to critique the game. I'm just saying there's a lot going on in that scene that
and
the dialogue
built up enough.
Yeah, that is not nearly built up enough. And also, this is Noctis returning to his kingly duties. Up until after the fall of Insomnia and all the way up to coming to Lestalem, he's been free of being a prince. And now they get back, and the first thing he has is an 8-year-old swearing fealty to him.
Yeah, for a while he was isolated, but now Lestalem is where a lot of Insomnian citizens went in diaspora.
Yeah.
So now he's meeting up with the citizens of what's left of his people.
Yeah, Luna is alive. That is not a that is something we know for sure at this point. Is Luna is alive. And she did come to Lestalem briefly because she needs to visit the Astrals, as we learn here shortly whenever we go to talk to the next plot points. Yes, Cursing Vermin said, she said F to all that shiz. Luna's entire character in the movie is defined by people telling her to be safe and to stay back, and her going like, girl, I got plot armor. I'm just gonna go do whatever I want. Yeah, that's something that Queen Elizabeth was actually stated as saying at one point, is that whenever her father died, she inherited the throne really young. She was like barely 30. And Queen Elizabeth II had something she said in one of her releases was that you guys have lost a king and I have lost a father. Yeah. So a lot of consideration that you have to take into whenever you have kings, queens, and princesses in a story, is that they only become the leader whenever someone they care about, someone who raised them, dies.
It's very rarely a peaceful passing of power.
Yeah. And Luna is badass. Luna is very badass. It's going to be a lot of pictures.
And they absolutely nerf her in the game. Like, in the movie, she's great, but we never really get to see that characterization in the game, and it makes me sad.
Yeah. I think it's the writers, the difference in writers.
Probably.
I like this picture. Look at these two goofballs. Gladio's eyes are closed. This one's going in the book. Yeah, doomed by the narrative is exactly what Luna and Noctis are. If you ever need an example of doomed by the narrative, Final Fantasy 15 is the perfect example. Is because their deaths are, in a lot of people's eyes, really unnecessary. I like this picture here.
I heard that the Tabata, the director who picked up Final Fantasy 15 after Nomura left to do Kingdom Hearts 3, I hear that he just really likes tragedies in general.
Well, so does Nomura, and Final Fantasy 13 Versus was set to be a tragedy from the beginning.
Morning.
What necklace does Noct have on? I don't know, we can look. It looks like a dog tag.
Oh, they're out walking with Talcott. They went to see the sights.
Doesn't quite look like the right
should too.
shape for a dog tag.
Okay, this is gonna set the mood for the rest of this. Who date?
No.
No.
I need some more shut-eye.
More?
It may be a good idea to take in the sights while housekeeping cleans your room.
Yes, that's exactly right. Come on, I'll show you around.
So here I actually like telling Iris no a lot, specifically because you actually get a lot more characterization between the two of them. First of all, we learned Noctis didn't wake up on his own. Housekeeping kicked him out to clean out the room. And then he came downstairs and talked to Iris and them.
They won't even allow you back up.
They won't, but that's just because the game has, it has its lobby. You could probably jump over there and go up, but yeah. Yeah, they force you into it. By the way, I just want to point out, this is a screen. There's no actual glass here, and you have these fans. This entire building is not sealed for climate control. They don't have AC in the main lobby. They have like 2 giant fans and like 3 smaller fans. And some really bad pictures.
I'm a big fan.
Who took these pictures? This is debatable.
Well, it certainly wasn't Prompto.
I don't know, because in the other hotel you stay at in Longrife, that is also open up to the elements. But they also are in a desert, so it's going to get cold at night. They probably have AC that exists, but they don't have it in the lobby of this very fancy hotel. Coming inside into this lobby is not going to help you escape the heat any more than just having being in the shade.
Beyond the shade.
Yeah. I just find that's very interesting. The Covenant. The early accounts of the Covenant are found in ancient tomes dating back to the time of cosmology. Some 2 millennia ago, according to such tomes, the rites are means by which the oracle summoned forth the gods that she might make the will of the mortals known unto the divine. Yeah.
For our first stop, we'll check out the marketplace. Follow me, right this way.
So one thing I want to point out is that Iris waits for you here, and then she goes. And she doesn't come back. She's gone. Look at that. She's just gone.
Iris, you're a terrible tour guide.
Yeah. I like these little pots they have here.
The pots are nice.
Yeah.
Look, flowers.
And an item.
Item.
He does have the buy stamp. And that would be very bad for his posture, yeah. They have this door with an iron bars over it so people don't enter on this side. You want to know one thing I do want to point out? Is that, yeah, the windows up here on the Laville are also open for the most part. That's an AC unit right there.
It is working so hard. And apparently, yeah, they do have roof gardens a bit.
A lot of people in chat are talking about how the fact that gods aren't capitalized. Usually God is only capitalized in Christian sort of based areas because God is a singular person. But in most religions where they have other deities, it is uncapitalized. Is my experience.
Been a lot of tremors.
This is the Partella Market. You can get almost anything here. Isn't it great?
And then she
I'd buy
runs
out
off
the whole
again.
place if I could.
Really? That's nice.
Could you at least pretend to be excited?
Yeah. See, I love doing the uninterested ones because it brings out a lot more of Iris's character in that she's pretending to be excited.
Look at all this neat stuff.
And she wants Noctis to as
Give
well.
me just a sec. Done.
Iris is not.
Next, we're gonna see the power plant.
Iris and Noctis is autism versus ADHD. I love that. Something I do want to point out is that
That's a proper mountain. One
of my theories is that right now Iris is clinging very specifically to Noctis. And I think that's because her father just died and she's trying to look for some sense of stability. And Noctis is that stability in her mind. Sweet.
Whoa. The disc really is on fire. Is it safe to go?
Yeah, the whole world basically flipped upside down. And,
yeah. And she's always had a crush on Noctis. We see that in Gladio's Brotherhood episode. She very much has a crush on Noctis. And like all the other guys went out to do this earlier, and she specifically waited around just to do it with Noctis. You know? The world has PTSD. I mean, yeah. A major
What are you gonna
world
do
event just happened.
Me, get ready to go to Altisha, I guess.
Right. Can't keep Lady Luna waiting.
She like double times it up these stairs. Yeah, and she's doing it with Noctis, not her big brother. But Gladio and Iris's entire family are dedicated to be shields for Noctis's family. So that also plays a fact. Is there's like if Gladio dies, Iris is going to become Noctis's shield. Right? That's like political drama as well as just family drama, and then you know, yeah, it's a lot. Iris is going through a lot in these scenes, and she's hiding it behind this girlish smile.
That's the power plant, the driving force behind Lestalem's prosperity. But get this, only women work there. As a matter of fact, women are the ones who do all the work in this town.
I'm gonna encourage her here, just so we're not completely mean to her.
Sounds like your kind of place. I can see you doing well here.
I think so too. It's so different from home. I was surprised at first, but I like it. All right, next we're going to the Outlook.
Another thing is, though, just for everyone who's interested, what really happens game-wise is if you agree with Iris, you get experience. If you disagree with Iris, you get AP. So there is a difference in actually you changing these options. But yeah, so the reason why most women work in Exeneris is because it was founded by a woman. And Iris does not do a really good job explaining that. I don't know if she does it better in other languages.
I don't think she explained it at all.
Yeah, she doesn't really explain it at all. You know?
She only says only women work here. She never explains the why.
Yeah. And I'm all for equality and stuff like that, but the way they explain it is not exactly the most.
But I dig the rustic charm.
Huh?
Yeah, see. Yeah, yeah. Someone did point out...
Iris, you are in a city.
Yeah. Someone did just point out, Iris and Gladio do have an age difference of like 7 years. So them hanging out together is probably not exactly something they do often. We're supposed to go over to
more
the
effort
Outlook
to maintain a relationship like that.
Yeah.
Heard the wife got a promotion. Congrats. Yeah, I know I should be happy, but...
So we're going over here to the Outlook, which we actually didn't explore earlier.
Totally love the drinks in this place.
Would I?
Ravito. That's a proper mouth.
Noctis sounds exactly like someone who's been saddled with dealing with their friend's little sister. Like, you go to your friend's house and you're like, here, wait in the living room. I'm gonna go upstairs real quick. I'm gonna go into my bedroom real quick. Give me like 5 minutes. And then the little sibling's just sitting there looking at you.
Can you believe this crowd? I mean, it's like this all...
I would know. I am that sibling.
Yeah, so we didn't come over here, mostly because I wanted to look at the town.
Imagine taking one for a spin.
Oh, yeah.
She's talking about the cars, by the way. Iris is too young to drive, as far as we are aware. She's 15?
15,
Archives.
16?
She's 15, 16. If we go here to
Oh, she's in the
dossiers. Yeah, she's in my party. She's in my party. And she actually, you can fight with her later on. And I'm very looking forward to that. It's actually a lot of fun. Iris is
8 years, not 7.
8 years younger than Gladio. Gladio's like 24, so she would be 16. She's 15, 16. It depends on how old Gladio is. Gladio, how old is Gladio? He's 20. Is he 23 or is he 24? She's 15.
Didn't you
Chad is
that there's
telling me
multiple different
I
sources
shop here
with
all
multiple
the
different
time.
ages for boys?
Well, Ignis's age is the one that is up for debate more than anything. They have, I put some sources in the video we talked about that, and the wiki ages are pretty much what you want to go by. But there is some confusion and debate about how old Ignis is. Because if Ignis is the age his wiki says he is, then that means that Noctis's age would be incorrect, based off some other things, some other dialogue. You guys can go back in the YouTube videos and see all those sources. They are all in their mid-20s. I wonder if I can get in the car.
I'd say early 20s.
Oh, I can't get in the... Yeah. Yeah. So, Ignis's wiki says he's... Yeah. So, Ignis says... The wiki says Gladius 23, so Iris would be 15. Go by the wiki ages. Because if you go down the rabbit hole of those ages not exactly being correct, it gets very deep. Can't use the car, can't take the girl out for a spin.
I like the plant.
Yeah.
Oh, look, giant ravine. You know, I never realized just how good of a fortification Lestalem potentially is because of that ravine.
You can be Professor Yegre this time. She's weird. I want to be a hunter. What's wrong with the professor? She's tougher than any hunter.
Look, they're playing instruments. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Can you guys hear these guys kind of going da 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 da?
Galad is
to the northeast.
Who knows there?
Okay, so let me go to the map here. So
there is some debate on where Galad is.
There is some debate, but this is the continent, the main continent of Lucis. There is an island over here called Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh is kind of like New Zealand is to Australia. And it's got this big city-state here on it called Insomnia. And Insomnia is like bigger than the Duscae region, if you look at this map. So Insomnia is not a small place. And the only real description we have for Galad is that it's to the northeast of Kavanaugh. And so if you look at the world map on the wiki and some other sources, Actually, if we come here to here, and we go here to options. Is it options? How do I get into the tutorial? Because the tutorial specifically has stuff for this. Mini-map, vibration guide, hint. Resume.
I know you've done it before.
I know you can do this. I don't... Combat. Wait mode.
Wait, tutorial got grayed out?
No, that's eye tracking.
Oh.
Oh, tutorial is grayed out. It's right there. It's right there. Tutorial's grayed out because we're on a date right now. Lestalem, a bustling industrial town in northern Klein. Despite Imperial attempts to overtake the city, Lestalem remains the largest autonomous urban area on the Lucian continent. Compared to the long history of the country as a whole, Lestalem's own is comparatively short. The town was founded around the largest meteor shard in all of Lucis. Engineers discovered they could harness the heat generated from a glowing fragment to produce electricity. Residential and commercial districts sprung up around the power plant, and before long, people flocked to the fledgling city. The first engineer and founder of the town was a brilliant woman who continues to inspire citizens to this day. The prominence of women in the workforce today is largely seen as a result of her impact. The work at the plant can be challenging, the pay is good, and many women support their families through their job at Exeneris. Does not mention the woman's name, I would like to point out. But what is her name? This is something that bugs cursing a lot.
Prominent figure, they should have had a name for her.
Exactly. Demon says it's her.
No wonder the gods were fighting over you.
No wonder the gods were fighting over. Because Lestalem is old enough to have a history.
You can be Professor Yegre this time.
Because whenever you have the Assassin's Creed Festival, it took place in Lestalem, and the Assassin's Creed Festival implies that even though it's the youngest city that we visit, it's old enough to have history.
Yeah, like there was this whole revolution thing too.
Yeah.
Pegler Outlook.
Like there was an occupying force,
right?
and the
Look,
assassin
there's
went
the
off
meteor.
and fought against that
You know,
occupying
Nat,
force.
This almost feels like a date.
I'm gonna deny the suggestion.
What? No, not at all.
Would it kill you to play along for once?
I love her.
The others are probably back at the hotel by now. Let's join them.
Yeah. She's literally like, would it kill you to let me flirt with you just for a little bit? See, I think that there says more about Iris's character than anything else. Is she's like, I'm gonna pretend that this is a date, and Noctis is like, no, it ain't. And she's like, we can pretend it is. And she stomps her foot childishly. It was like, come on, man. And now we have to go back to the hotel.
Demon has a question. The meteor vanishes after Titan, quote-unquote, dies. So why is it in the ending cutscene? I think we've gone over this before.
I don't think it vanishes. I don't think it disappears from the world. I think it's still just standing there, because it's a landmark you can always see, right? I've never noticed it disappearing before.
Ravito, it's a proper mountain. One day, I'm gonna climb it.
Been a lot of tremors lately. Hope the rocks around here haven't been shaken loose.
Demon.
Apparently, you can check it out.
I think the keyword is. I think the keyword is there is a god did things.
It's a wizard did it, but instead we get astrals.
It's instead of a wizard did it, it's a god did it.
That or the programmers forgot. Or didn't have time.
That implies
more beautiful out here at night.
That implies that the Titan has pockets. Because you see him running across fields and being summoned, and he just kind of appears. So he might just have an armor of his own. Demon's freaking out because the Titan's basically naked. It's like, where? Everyone comes with a pocket. It's on their backside. Demon.
It's your vacation.
In the wake of Lady Lunafreya,
Even you opened up this discussion. You have to deal with it.
Lord Ravis, you dream.
This is the consequences of your actions.
Let's see if the others are back. Haven't had fun like this since we were kids. Thanks, Noct.
No sweat. I had fun too.
You did? I'm so happy to hear that. Anyway, the thing I bought today, it's for you. But it's a surprise, so you're gonna have to wait.
Cursing Vermin pointed this out the other day.
Hey, look who's back.
That sounds like such a red flag.
Go on and tell him what you told me.
You got it.
Wait, what?
Oh, come now, show some respect.
Whoa, no need to respect me. I'm not royalty.
So,
the secret?
There's this legend about a sword, and the sword's supposed to be behind a waterfall nearby.
It may well be one of the lost tombs.
Oh, death
Check it out.
For sure. Thanks for the tip, Talcott.
You're welcome.
Yep. So I'm going to talk to these characters, see what their dialogue says.
I'm sure the sword's there.
I'm not
sorry
royalty, says the royalty.
Everybody here knows the legend, even grown-ups. Maybe you'll find some cool treasure. I'm sure the sword's there. I'm sorry if it isn't. Maybe you'll find some cool treasure. I'm sure the sword's there. I'm sorry if it isn't. Maybe you'll find some cool treasure.
I love Talcott. Talcott is such a kid. He actually feels like a kid.
I'm sure the sword's there. I'm sorry if it isn't.
See? I'm trying to talk to an adult, Talcott.
I shall pray for your safety and success.
Talking to Jared here gives you a magic flask.
Talcott is ever outgoing, and he readily mingles with the locals. Do take care out there. Talcott is ever outgoing, and he readily mingles with the locals. I shall pray for your safety and success. Do take care out there.
Oh my god, he does. He does look like the little kid from Sixth Sense.
Well, he is talking to dead people.
I think it's the polo shirt. Yeah, it's definitely the polo shirt. By the way, I do want to point something out. Talcott is one of the only kids we see with a character model that does not wear a scarf. Like, almost all the character models we see specifically have, scarves.
This sounds dangerous. Will the 4 of you be all right? Be on the lookout for demons. They like dark places after all. If there's trouble, use Gladdy as a meat shield. Be on the lookout for demons. They like dark places after all. If there's trouble, use Gladdy as a meat shield.
Thanks, Iris.
Just rip Gladio, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, Talkit is probably one of the only people with played. Only children with played. Child. English.
Excuse me.
Prompto is an adult.
Prompto is not an adult!
Though also, I forgot about Iris. Her skirt is played.
Yeah, her skirt is played as well. It's very hard to see in this lighting, but her skirt is plaid.
Okay, one of, like, 3 people wearing plaid.
Yeah. So, I don't... Oh, these kids aren't wearing scarves. Probably because it's hot.
When the ground shakes, your brain aches?
Yeah, sort of seismic shock to the
They
system.
do not look like orphan
Curious.
Victorian children.
So, at this point, now, Noctis is going to start complaining that he has headaches. And they are linked to the earthquakes. And I do want to point out that Gladio goes from being like, oh, someone's having an issue with something, and walk it off, to being, like, very concerned. Because before it was sitting here going like, Noctis going like, oh, it's a little chilly or whatever, and Gladio's like, then put on a fucking jacket. Or, oh, it's hot, then take off a jacket. Right? But now Gladio is going, his voice lines are going to become a lot more concerned. Because Noctis is actually in pain. And migraines of this intensity are something you have to be worried about. There's graffiti! Long live the orc.
Oh.
I wonder if Luna
And
tagged.
it's not in that particular font.
Yes, it is. Look at the O's. They look like U's.
Start it. That freaking font strikes again.
Yeah. There's some quests here we're gonna grab. And do you guys want to go check out the water cave immediately, or do you want to do some side quests? I'll let you guys decide.
You do have this hunch.
Man, that hurts. Another headache.
This is not normal.
But you did want to go into that cave. No, wait, that's not what you wanted.
Excuse
Wrong
me, but
cave.
you're a hunter,
Sorry.
right?
Yeah, something like that.
Or was it
Yeah,
the right?
needs.
Gramps is
Snake
seeking
Lady
to
is a
secure new
different cave.
supply channels for merchandise.
I love this kid.
Supply channels. Okay.
To that end, we'd negotiated a deal with your fellow hunter, but he went silent on us. Maybe he got cold feet, maybe he's a cold corpse. If you meet him, could you ask him if the deal's still on?
Think I'll get something to drink.
Yeah, this kid is great.
The disc really is on fire.
I love what the characters say if you walk away.
Certainly not your average little boy.
A little bit too much brass for that.
That's how I imagine you used to be, Iggy.
I wasn't, I assure you.
Ignis definitely was. I think there's another quest over here. Oh, I could just look at the mini map, you know?
Hey,
That might help.
Where's the fun in
you're a
that?
hunter, right? And you drive all over the place?
I
Yeah,
say
what
as
about it?
if I don't use the
Well,
mini map, I
have
will
a
get
little
lost.
favor to ask. If you see a delivery van
Honestly,
abandoned
even if I
along the
don't
road,
use the mini,
would
if
you
even
mind
if I do
retrieving the
use the
cargo
mini map,
for me?
I will get
the
lost.
vehicle was attacked by monsters, you see, and the driver had to
Bikini
ditch it.
Bro can verify that.
You've gotten lost on a straight road before. And you were following us. I still don't understand how this has happened.
Hey, boys. I have a job for
I
rough
am
and ready
very
sorts like you and
pelican.
yours.
Okay.
If you're not busy, I'd like you to head over to my farm and bring back some produce. Was about to send a request to Hunter HQ when you showed up. Thought I'd try my luck with you first. You can get the details at the farm. Thanks in advance.
Been a lot of tremors lately. Hope the rocks around here haven't been shaken loose.
Yeah, I could see Ignis being a snotty brat too, cursing.
Ignis is bossy.
So bossy.
Oh, hello, item. The base silver. Okay. The one thing we haven't looked at really yet is that there's a gas station over here. I actually need to bring the regalia over here because we're getting low on gas. My item senses are tingling.
Yeah, this place looks like it should have a bunch of items.
I want loot! Gladio, move your meat shield. Haha!
There we go.
There we go.
Isn't it beautiful?
Rather sultry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of children just playing in this parking lot. Yeah, so if you come down here to the end of the street, there is no cable car. It just ends.
Weird.
I think it's because it's getting late. It's getting so dark.
Oh, don't forget the...
Oh yeah, we can go to the tutorial now.
Oh.
We're gonna save.
I was gonna talk about the photographer guy.
Save.
I was talking about the
Where are we on
photographer
here? No, we're here. Rocky Inn, we're saving over this one.
Oh.
We loaded up this one. Why is this one the one that changed?
Didn't you click on a Rocky?
I don't know.
I'm confused.
It's so dark. Options. Display.
Don't you guys have flashlights?
Yeah, they're not turning on their flashlight. I can't just graphic. Frame rate preset. Brightness.
Oh, they're definitely visible.
You can see them? Oh, I'm looking here at the stream. You guys can see a lot more than I can. What the heck? I can't, like, right here at this 69 level. Nice. I can't see the cactuar on the left.
Yeah, that's the first one to disappear. When you go
okay,
left.
I'm gonna put it at 80. Because if I do 100% brightness, it's gonna be like way too bright. But okay, now there's some definition. But everyone
says that you're gonna get flashbanged and regret this later.
I am. Yep, over here there's a quest. from this guy. So this guy is actually the head of a newspaper, which is called Meteor, which is the biggest newspaper in Lestal.
Did you see that over there? No.
I appreciate that this guy's in the game.
Oh, it's the city's most famous hunters, right?
Yeah.
Got out while you could, huh? Bad stuff's going on down there. You need cash? 'Cause I need people. What do you say? The job's yours, if you're willing and able.
That depends. What's the job?
The easy kind. Just need a couple of photos is all. The Disc of Cauthus. One from the south, one from the north.
I suppose we can manage that.
Yeah? That's great, kid. Music to my ears, let me tell you. Now, you're gonna need a camera, so what I suggest...
We've already got one.
Came prepared, huh? Guess you're ready to roll. Come back as soon as you get the shots. I'll be right here waiting to see what you do.
I love this character, A, because it's really uncommon for games to have characters of different body types. And between Gladio, Noctis, and this guy, we have a trifecta of different types of guys having different body types. Right? Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that. But also, I appreciate just the way this character talks. And also the fact that he sees the Crown Prince is alive, is a newspaper reporter, immediately corrects himself, knowing, oh, if someone overhears the Crown Prince is alive, then Niflheim's probably going to cause trouble. So I'm going to change that. And then he immediately goes, you look homeless. Do you need a job? So Noctis just exudes this aura of he's looking for work. Or he needs money of some kind.
Hobo Cheek runs in the family.
Get me some good shots of the disc. I'm talking front page worthy. Shooting larger subjects can be tricky. Framing and all that. You want to practice on me first? Is that camera of yours Crown City made? Won't find something like that out here. Take good care of it. Shooting larger subjects can be tricky. Framing and all that. You want to practice on me first?
Huh? I love this guy's attitude. He's one of my favorites.
Maybe we should have thought about this.
How so? Something's suspect. There must be a catch.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah, everyone looks kind of frumpy when compared to Ignis cursing.
Oh, this looks awesome.
Dude, this is gonna be a party in my mouth.
I dare say I can recreate this.
So there's just this random lady we walk up to. She's minding her own business, eating food. She's got a guitar. Sort of instrument. I don't think that's a hurdy-gurdy, but 3 dudes are literally just like, oh my god, what are you eating? And also, none of these stands sell food. I've never seen anyone man these stations.
Oh boy.
I love random encounters like that in this game. Alright. Free food. Yep. You just push someone else out of their chair and you get free food. Alright, let's see if I can get out of here manually.
Yeah, everybody greets you. Take some getting used to.
You draw more attention here than you do at home.
Oh, I can't go to the left here. That's interesting.
No running over pedestrians.
Everybody out.
No. That's not what I wanted to do.
Potions and stuff.
Nice. You're being helpful for a change.
Not what I wanted to do.
What do you mean for a change?
This car is so annoying sometimes. I want to auto parking spot.
Well, Meads, I do know that there's a couple of channels that have recreated the recipes from the game.
Almost all of the recipes in this game can be recreated, and that's because the recipes were directly inspired by real-life food.
And Binging with Babish recreated the stacked ham sandwich.
It's basically just several sandwiches on top of each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So the channel names are Lanksta and
what can I do for you?
Chefmar.
And buy some more music.
Thank you kindly.
Ooh, all these fishing lures. Do we have money for them? Don't mind me just spinning, like...
Come again.
Almost 10k in fishing lures. Okay. Let's see our quests. A better drain lance, etc. Crest home. Scraps of mystery. Where are you located? Okay. We're just gonna go down the list of quests. I think that is what we shall do. Where is the chocobo meter?
The women here are built.
We're gonna leave the car here so we can teleport back to Lestalem whenever we want to. We're going to ignore the cup noodles.
I don't want to ignore the cup noodles.
I want to ignore the cup noodles.
I don't.
There's the chocobo meter.
Noctis certainly didn't.
Well, Gladio's gonna give us a quest eventually, and then we're not gonna be able to eat anything but cup noodles.
Ignis couldn't ignore it either.
Hi, Sila Blossom. So it's officially midnight. Let's go off into the darkness. What's nearby, actually?